So let's start right now. So welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for joining this session, guys. The last session of Module 7. Finally, you are about to finish this module with flying colors. I hope for everybody, flying colors. So let's start now. In this session, guys, we are going to see how to answer the learning forum. We have two forums in this week, the learning forum and the integrative forum. I'm going to explain how to answer, how to participate in each of these forums. Then I'm going to explain how to do the integrative project. And finally, we are going to talk about some general issues. So let's start now. Remember, guys, that if you have any question, please let me know in the chat. So let's start. Let's start, guys. With the learning forum. In the learning forum, you will have the opportunity to tell your partners, to tell each other what you learned and what you would like to continue learning. So you're going to comment with each other in this forum all the things that you have learned or developed during Module 7 and Module 6. And you will tell us your opinion about how important for you is using English and how your opinion about English has changed after studying Module 6 and Module 7. For achieving this purpose of this forum, I have some questions that will help you. The first one is, what did you learn in this module? What would you like to continue learning? What kind of skills have you developed in this module? What do you think of studying English? Is it useful for you? Has the idea about the study of English changed after you studied Module 6 and 7 of Prepa Online SEP? So the first question, as you can see, is in past simple. So you must answer the question in past simple. You can say, I learned. You can start by answering the question like, I learned. What would you like to continue learning? So you can say, I would like to maybe join a course, an online course. I would like to continue watching films in English or listening to songs in English to increase my vocabulary in English, for example. What kind of skills have you developed in this module? This is just an example. I have developed reading and listening skills more. This is just an idea, okay? What do you think of studying English? Is it useful for you? Well, I think English is very useful now because has the idea about the study of English changed after you studied Module 6 and 7 of Prep Online SEP? You can say, yes, it has, or no, it hasn't. The idea about the study of English after Module 6 and 7 changed a little, a lot, or a great deal because. So you can choose between a little, a lot, or a great deal. If you think that your idea about studying English changed just a little, you can say a reason why. If it changed a little, you may say, well, it changed a little because most of the time I use Spanish. So I think English won't be useful in my life after Module 7. Well, or a lot. Well, I think the idea about studying English has changed a lot because now I have another panorama of the things. I can see that English is very useful because I can get a better job if I know English. I can do well in a job interview or whatever you want to say. And if you really that English has a lot of advantages in your life, because I think the idea about studying English has changed a great deal, because a great deal is a lot much. Because now I can have a conversation, a basic conversation with a foreigner without any problem in English. And before studying module 6 and 7, I didn't have any idea how to use English for my everyday life. So it's up to you guys. You can answer your questions in this forum according to your experience, based on your experience that you have in module 6 and 7. And what about the other forum? This is important as well. It's not more important than the other. I think both are important. But the difference is that this forum is evaluated and the other one is not. So focus your attention on this one. In this forum, guys, you have to participate 4 times. In the first participation, guys, you have to tell me or to tell your parents about a situation in the past in which you have difficulties. And then you will tell us how you live now in the present time and any objective for the future. So it means that you have to write a sentence in past simple about the situation in the past, in present about how you feel now about that situation, and 1 sentence in the future. What is the purpose or the intention you have regarding this situation in the future? The example that we have in the instructions is this one. When I was 7 years old, I remember I was so scared to darkness. I was scared. It can be any situation. It can be a personal situation. The situation can be about financial, can be about your health, any situation. When I was 7 years old, I remember that I was scared of the dark. Now I enjoy rainy days when the power is off and I can enjoy the silence. The purpose for the future is I will teach my children not to fear of the dark or not to be afraid of the darkness or of the dark. Yes, these are the sentences. Only 3 sentences in your first participation, 1 in past, 1 in present, and 1 in future, about the same situation. The situation must be difficult for you. The second participation. In the second participation, guys, you have to ask 3 questions to your partners about the sentences that he or she wrote. Example, hi Laura, I have some questions for you. What did you feel when the lights went out? What helped you overcome your fear of the dark? How will you help your children not to fear of the dark? These are the 3 questions that I asked my partner, Laura. Next, in your third participation, you have to answer the questions. Hi, Diego. Well, to answer the first question, I felt nervous and sometimes I couldn't move and I started to cry. To answer the second question, to overcome the fear of the darkness, my mom bought me a small lamp that stayed on all night. And to answer your third question, to help my children not to be afraid of the dark, I put stars that glow in the dark on the walls of their rooms. Okay? And in the last participation, guys, you are going to give me a conclusion about what you learned in this forum. The conclusion can cover your opinion about the difficult situation, can also cover your opinion about the grammar, or about one of your partners. So actually it can be about anything. The conclusion can be about anything regarding this forum. So what I suggest when you enter in this forum, when you join this forum, guys, is to read the participations and then check the last participation. For example, today is Tuesday. So if you enter this forum today, check the last participation. Always check the last participation. And it's very likely that the person that participated, the last person that participated in the forum hasn't been asked questions. So you are going to ask questions maybe to the last person. It's very likely that the last person who participated in the forum needs questions. So focus on the last person. I am telling you this because when people enter the forum, they focus on the first person who participated in the forum. So most of the time, to the first person that participated in the forum, the first person has a lot of questions to respond because it was the first one. And the last person who participated that day doesn't have any question. So anytime you enter the forum, check the last person who participated and check if that person has questions. If the person doesn't have any question, you can ask the person some questions. All right? So that is one suggestion, because most of the time students focus on the first people who participated in the forum. The forum opened yesterday. Yesterday was Monday. So I entered today. I asked questions to the people who participated yesterday. And I don't notice the last person who participated, but maybe there is a person who participated 2 minutes ago. 2 minutes ago, a person participated, the first participation. Okay, so that person needs questions, needs your questions. But most of the time, guys, I don't focus on the last person who participated. I focus on the first person. So be careful with that. I recommend focus on the last person because the last person needs your questions. Okay. So another important thing about this forum, guys, is that some people start participating at the weekend. So they start with their first participation on Saturday and the second participation on Sunday. And then the forum is about to close. And they start with the third participation at 11 p.m. on Sunday. So nobody, guys, nobody is going to ask you questions at 11 o'clock on Sunday. Nobody is going to ask you questions. So if you want someone ask you questions in the forum, maybe you can start participating in the forum the latest on Saturday morning. Okay, if you participate at the latest on Saturday morning, I think you are likely to be asked some questions, because don't expect people ask you questions on Sunday when the forum is about to close. Nobody is going to ask you questions on Sunday when the forum is about to close. Okay, so I recommend to start participating in the forum today. But if you can't, you can do it by the weekend, by Friday or maybe Saturday morning, the latest. Otherwise, you won't complete your 4 participations. You won't complete your 4 participations because you are participating late. And there are cases in which the students participate only on Sunday and they don't have time to make the 4 participations. So the only thing that they do is to give a conclusion and that's it. So they have only 1 participation in the forum. So if you want to have a good grade in this forum, I recommend participating 4 times. 4 times. Okay. What about the integrative project, My Biography? In this project, guys, you have to answer questions about your past, your present, and your future. For every section, you have to make, well, you have to illustrate. Yeah, you have to illustrate the section and answer some questions. For example, the first one is my past. You are going to illustrate or post a picture related to your past. It must be a real picture or it must be taken from the internet. The questions are these. We are going to look at the questions in some minutes. After that, there is another section in which you have to talk about achievements. And the same, you have to paste a picture here related to your achievements. And we have some questions. What were the 3 most important achievements in your life? Write about an experience in which you have to overcome some difficulty. So, for the first section, my past. The first question is, where were you born? Where were you born? To answer this question, you can say, I was born in Toluca, I was born in Mexico City, etc. Where did you live? Where did you live in the past? Well, I live in Mexico City. But if you haven't moved since you were a child, since you were born, you can say, well, I have lived in Toluca since I was born, or I have lived in Aguascalientes since I was born. I have lived in Guadalajara since I was born. What were you doing before I started Prepa Online SEP? For this question, guys, I want you to use past continuous. Why past continuous? Because you have to describe what you were doing before I started Prepa Online SEP. So you can say, well, I was working as a waitress. I was working in a shop. I was studying junior high school before I started Prepa Online SEP. The second part, remember, is my achievements. What were the 3 most important achievements in your life? This is the first question. So I suggest the first important achievement in my life was when I finished elementary school. The second important achievement in my life was when I got married. The third important achievement in my life was having my children. Okay, so those are some ideas. Next, my present and what I want to accomplish. So you're going to paste a picture related to your present and what you want to accomplish. Remember that accomplish is the same of achieve. What do you want to accomplish? Describe your school or work routine. In this case, you have to tell me what you do since you get up. What do you do in your free time? Tell me about your hobbies, maybe, and your habits, yes. What new skills or challenges are you trying to overcome? Are you trying to overcome something, guys? Maybe the pandemic, everybody's trying to overcome the pandemic. Or maybe another situation, a financial situation, or something you are going through. Write about any difficulties in this moment of your life. Do you have any difficulties? Some students say, I don't have any difficulties at this moment of my life, but I expect you to write at least one. Well, right now I don't have a job. I have a job, but it's not a very good one. I want to get a better job, or whatever you want to say in this part. What are you going to do to overcome those difficulties? In this case, tell me about your intentions or purposes that you want to that you have in mind to overcome those difficulties. So here it is. Describe your school and work routine. My school has, or I usually get up at 6, then I take a shower. After that, I have breakfast. After that, or next, I turn on my computer. Then I start doing homework, etc. What do you do in your free time? In my free time, you can use frequency adverbs. I usually, I always, I often, I sometimes. My free time, I always watch television, or in my free time, I usually go out with my friends. In my free time, I often do exercise. In my free time, I sometimes listen to the radio, etc. What new skills or challenges are you trying to overcome? I'm trying to be more punctual. I'm trying to organize my time better. I'm trying to control my emotions, anything. Tell about any difficulties in this moment of your life. Well, nowadays, I'm going through a pandemic, or we are going through a pandemic. And this situation has prevented me from going out as I used to do in the past with my friends. So most of the time I stay at home, and sometimes I felt anxious or a little bit sad because of that. But I think that the time will change, and the pandemic will be over soon, hopefully. What are you doing to overcome those difficulties? To overcome the pandemic, I am wearing a mask. I wash my hands all the time. I stay at home with my family most of the time. I try to avoid crowded places, etc. Right? So all the things that you want to write here. And these phrases, guys, or words that are involved are for you to use. Okay? These are for you to use, guys, just to complete with your own ideas. You have also to talk about your future and your goals or plans. What are your plans after completing Prepa Online SEP? Would you like to study for a degree? Which one? Which university? What would you like to work on? What is your greatest goal? What challenges will you have to face to achieve your goal? So let's see. What are the first question? Your plans after completing Prepa Online SEP. Remember, guys, that when we talk about plans or intentions, we can use going to. If you have a plan or an intention in the short-term future or in the mid-term future, you can use going to. But if you have a plan, or you can make a prediction about yourself for the long-term future, you can use will. Will for making predictions in long term. You can say, for example, I think I'm going to, I think I will study university. I think I will work. I think I will get a job, etc. Would you like to study for a degree? Which one? Which university? You can answer the question with the same structure. Yeah, I think I would like to study. I would like to study accounting. I would like to study law. I would like to study medicine at UNAM, for example. What would you like to work on? I would like to work on and you can tell me a verb here with ing. I would like to work on marketing. I would like to work, or a noun. I would like to work on. Also, you can say, I would like to work as a teacher. I would like to work as a lawyer. I would like to work as a nurse, etc. What is your greatest goal? My greatest goal is to finish a university career, to get the job of my life, to get married, to buy a house, etc. What challenges will you have to face to achieve your goal? Well, to achieve my goal, I have to work hard. I have to save up money. I have to enroll in a university. I have to do an admission exam, etc. And then, guys, the second part is write a half-page reflection of what you learned in Module 6 and 7. Even though it says in the instructions, have a page reflection with 8 lines, from 5 to 8 lines is enough for me, okay? A paragraph from 5 to 8 lines is enough for me. If you want to write a half-page reflection, it's okay. But for me, if you write a paragraph between 5 to 8 lines about what you learned in the module 6 and 7, it's enough, guys, okay? It's up to you. Anyway, it's up to you. So in this part, you are going to write the half-page reflection or the paragraph between 5 to 8 lines. ¿Por qué les estoy pidiendo un párrafo de 5 a 8 líneas y no una reflexión de media cuartilla como dicen las instrucciones? Bueno, porque a veces cuando ustedes están grabando su audio, me dicen, pero es que es mucho y me paso con no sé cuántos minutos, ¿sí? Entonces, se les hace más difícil. Si alguien quiere hacer la media cuartilla, está bien, pero yo me conformo con que ustedes escriban un párrafo de 5 a 8 líneas, como todos los párrafos que han hecho durante las otras actividades de las semanas anteriores. No les voy a bajar calificación si me escriben un párrafo de 5 a 8 líneas. Sí les voy a bajar calificación si lo hacen en menos de 5 líneas. Eso sí. Ahora, ¿qué es lo que ustedes tendrían que grabar? Todo, prácticamente todo. Ahora, si en una sola liga se les hace muy pesado grabar lo de la biografía y lo de la reflexión, pues podrían hacer una liga de audio para la biografía y otra liga de audio para la reflexión. Podrían ponerme 2 ligas. ¿Ok? Y bueno, tenemos la retroalimentación de actividades. Ya he calificado todas las actividades. Bueno, la actividad 5, todas ya las califiqué. Me faltan algunas de las 6. Entonces tendrán su calificación entre hoy y mañana de la actividad 6. Y si hay alguien que quiere ponerse a corriente con alguna actividad, chicos, de las semanas pasadas, me puede solicitar extensión de tiempo. La extensión de tiempo solamente se las puedo dar a más tardar hasta el día lunes. Después del lunes ya no puedo dar extensión de tiempo porque el foro se cierra, bueno, más bien el módulo se cierra el día martes. El día martes yo les estaría entregando su retroalimentación del foro y sus calificaciones del proyecto integrador. A más tardar el día martes les estaría entregando su retroalimentación del foro con su calificación obviamente y su retroalimentación del proyecto integrador. Bueno, hasta aquí, ¿ustedes tendrían alguna pregunta con respecto al foro del proyecto integrador? No, perdón, al foro de integración o al proyecto integrador o con el foro de aprendizaje. ¿Alguna duda?
Sí, maestra, yo tengo una pregunta respecto al foro de integración. ¿Qué
Sí,
pasa
adelante.
si en el punto 3 las preguntas, no me hacen las preguntas mis compañeros? ¿Puedo contestar otras preguntas?
Si no te hacen preguntas ellos, yo te las hago, pero me tienes que avisar.
Ah,
Uh-huh.
perfecto,
Es
gracias.
por eso que les dije hace ratito, no se fijen en la primera persona que participó, porque normalmente las primeras que participan en el foro les hacen como 3 veces preguntas. Fíjense en la última persona que haya participado. Normalmente la última persona que participó no tiene preguntas. Entonces, lean sus oraciones y háganle preguntas. ¿Sí? Entonces, después, la siguiente persona que entre al foro va a ver tu participación y va a ver que no tiene preguntas, que tú no tienes preguntas, te va a hacer preguntas. Pero si se fijan en las primeras personas, no, pues ellas ya tienen muchas preguntas. Hay veces que hasta 5 personas le hacen preguntas a la misma persona. ¿Por qué? Porque es la que participó primero en el foro. ¿Sí? Yo no les recomiendo que se fijen en los primeros, fíjense en los últimos del foro. Cuando entren al foro, fíjense en los últimos y vean quiénes faltan de que les hagan preguntas. ¿Sí? Así los que vuelvan a entrar se van a fijar también en tu última participación y te van a hacer preguntas. Pero si no te hacen preguntas, pues escríbanme y yo les hago las preguntas. No he entrado al foro, al ratito voy a entrar, voy a revisar quiénes han participado y no les puedo hacer preguntas a todos, solamente si ustedes me piden que yo les haga preguntas, ¿ok? Porque, bueno, este es un trabajo de ustedes. Entre ustedes se tienen que preguntar. Con gusto yo se las haría a todos, pero ese es un trabajo entre ustedes. Si alguien no tiene preguntas y ya, por ejemplo, estamos en jueves y no le han hecho preguntas, entonces escríbanme. Escríbanme y pónganme, maestra, por favor, ¿me puede hacer preguntas para completar mi participación 3, ¿no? Porque vean, la participación 1 son las oraciones. La participación 2 es que tú le hagas preguntas a alguien más. La participación 3 es que tú contestes las preguntas que te hizo alguien. Entonces, para que ustedes tengan su participación 3 completa, necesitan que alguien les haga preguntas. Si no hay alguien que les haga preguntas, entonces yo se las hago. Bueno, en la generación pasada, una chica pues quería tener sus 4 participaciones y ¿saben lo que hizo? Ella participó ya el domingo, pero el domingo, chicos, quería tener las 4 participaciones y como veía que nadie le hacía preguntas y tampoco me dijo a mí, entonces ella misma se preguntó, ella misma se respondió y así completó su tercera participación. Bueno, no se trata de eso tampoco. Se trata de que ustedes estén interactuando con sus compañeros y que se estén preguntando y respondiendo a lo que les están diciendo, ¿no? Entonces, bueno, esta alumna completó sus 4 participaciones, pero obviamente no tuvo su calificación completa porque en primera solamente participó un día, que fue el día domingo. En segunda, pues ella misma se preguntó y se contestó y pues no hubo interacción. Y el propósito de un foro es que ustedes interactúen. Entonces, si están en ese caso de que nadie les ha hecho preguntas, pues escríbanme y yo con gusto se las hago, ¿ok? Sin problema. Y bueno, ¿alguna otra pregunta, chicos, antes de terminar? ¿No hay dudas? Okay, so thank you guys. It was a pleasure for me to be here with you tonight and during these 4 weeks. So I wish you the best for the next modules of high school SEP, guys. Do your best and remember that English, the study of English doesn't finish here. You need to do things to continue studying English. Even when you watch TikTok, you can learn English. Hay muy buenos tips en TikTok. Si ustedes son aficionados a TikTok o en YouTube, guys, hay algunas páginas donde hay películas cortas en inglés. Ustedes pueden mejorar su vocabulario viendo esas películas. También si quieren mejorar su vocabulario y su pronunciación en inglés, les recomiendo la aplicación Elsa. La pueden descargar en su celular para que ustedes practiquen pronunciación, aprendan nuevo vocabulario. Y si ustedes quieren mejorar su gramática, puntuación y ortografía, les recomiendo la aplicación de Grammarly.com. Esta aplicación es totalmente gratis y la pueden descargar también en su celular o su dispositivo móvil o en su máquina. So thank you guys. Have a nice evening and the best for you guys. Keep in touch with me. If you have an urgent question, you can ask me anytime. Thank you, everyone. See you. Bye-bye.